On my very first show, but since then she's been busy with her own hit Vegas extravaganza, which is now an HBO special airing on New Year's Eve. Here's a sneak peek from the showgirl. Must go on. Watch.
Air so thick I cannot breathe, hotter than Tel Aviv. If I drop dead, I know you'll breathe. Oi, it's hot in here. Every time I'm dressed up and looking like a queen. Temperature climb to the top.
It's simple, but it says it. Please welcome the divine Miss Bette Midler. Yay, Bette!
Yay! Always me.
You remind me of Lucy. Ever see the Lucy episode where she comes
greatest.
down the floor and
The greatest. The greatest. She was such a genius.
She was very, very
Genius,
funny.
genius,
But
genius.
she was not funny in real life.
I'll tell you something. I didn't care whether she was funny or not. I worshipped her, and I was lucky enough to meet her when I was a kid, when I was coming through L.A. in the early
Was she
70s.
with Desi Narvaez at the time?
She was not. She was with Gary.
Okay.
And they were both very kind to me. She was especially kind, and I met her, and she was like, this was like the greatest thing that had ever happened to me. And I remember, and she talked down here.
Well, she
because
smoked.
She smoked, and she spent so much time up here that she kind of like lost her middle notes. It was really, and I played Scrabble with her. I went to her house.
Really?
She invited me to her house.
We're talking about Lucille Ball, in case you missed that.
She had a Scrabble set cemented into the floor. That's how much they love Scrabble. And a gigantic dictionary next to it. And she put down a 7-letter word as soon as we started. So I was like, oh, forget this.
Yeah.
You know, she was great.
Wow, that's some story. Little details from Lucille
details.
Ball's
Oh
life.
my God,
Yeah.
how I worshipped her.
Now, it's the holiday season. Do you
It
do
is.
Christmas? I know you're Jewish, but do you do Christmas?
My husband is German, so of course I do Christmas. He does a big, big Christmas, and he's fastidious
Your
about
husband
it.
is Gentile?
My husband is half Gentile. My husband is a German, which I think he told me that they invented Christmas. He might be right. I don't know. But he's very anal about it. He has a big tree. He has real candles.
Real candles.
Real
It's
candles.
a fire hazard. What do you mean?
It's not Christmas unless it's fire hazard in the living room. Absolutely. And but it's fantastic. And he goes whole hog. He has a goose, and he has he rings the little bell on Christmas Eve. And he's lit all the candles, and then my daughter used to climb up the stairs, and she was and it would be very. But it's 26 years already. I mean, God.
Enough already.
Well, it's a lot of Christmases, I'm telling you.
But where did you meet your husband?
I met my husband in a bar.
Okay.
Yes. Where'd you meet yours?
At a nude nudist colony. But he was the only one nude. Everyone else was dressed. He's sitting over there. It's not true. There were other nudists also.
Really? You actually met him at a nudist colony?
Yeah, these guys would walk around half naked. I wouldn't take my clothes
Well, they
off.
don't let you in unless you're half naked.
No, it wasn't a real nudist colony.
it was like
it was
a
like,
fake.
an adult place.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
like Plato's Retreat?
No, not quite. It was
Not quite that bad.
There were just social workers there, okay? Naked social workers. How exciting could that be?
Wait, I see the whole picture. Say no more. All
right.
Say no more. So anyway,
So you're in a bar.
So Christmas time is the only time my husband actually ever lets me in the kitchen. Usually he's the chef. He won't let me in the kitchen, but on Christmas time he lets me in. And last night I made a lasagna.
Wow.
My first lasagna. It was very, very tricky. Who knew?
Yeah.
It's so labor
Can I
intensive.
give you a tip?
Please.
You soak the noodles for 20 minutes in hot water. Don't boil them.
Oh, you don't
Don't
boil them?
boil them. Ina Gardner taught me this from the Food Network. It's the best trick, and then you don't have those,
But aren't they
those noodles.
Aren't they kind of chewy? Aren't they like?
No, they're not chewy.
They're
If you
not
do
chewy.
20 minutes in hot.
But not boiling.
Not boiling.
Next time.
Okay?
Okay, great.
Now,
I got the
what you
pan
were
and
telling
everything.
me, you met your husband in a bar.
I met my husband in a bar.
Were you out to pick up a guy that night?
No, I was out to pick up a performance artist. Performance artist art was all the rage, and of course, because I'm a performer, I like to keep up on the performing. And my girlfriend said, "I know one," and she said, "So I'm going to call him." And she called him, and we all went on a big party. Actually, it was the Roxy. We went on a big party. We went to see King Crimson. There were like 20 people in the party, and that was when I first met him. And and we went out for dinner afterwards, and his car had been robbed. That's how I remembered him. Oh, he's the one with the robbed Volkswagen.
But you know, most women that are out to look for a hedge fund and not a performance
There were no
artist.
hedge funds
Well,
people.
you know, they want
There
a
were no
lawyer,
hedge
a
fund
doctor.
people in those days.
What kind of Jewish girl are you? You're not looking for a doctor. You're looking for a
Didn't
performance
know any
artist.
better. Now I know.
Now you know.
I know. But then, I mean, hedge funds were just coming up. Who knew? Who knew you could make billions on the turn of a whatever? You know. Who knew?
All right, let's talk about your Vegas show.
Yes, please.
Which I'm sure is just as fabulous because I saw you in Las Vegas. It's a great show.
Yes.
And do you know that you're competing against Snooki?
Ah!
on MTV.
Well,
Snooki
no
will
contest.
be dropped from a ball in Times
Dropped
Square.
from a ball?
From a ball.
She's being dropped. Will she bounce? But wait a minute. Now,
She
hold
is
it.
the ball.
Well, now hold on a second. Snooki kicked Kathy Griffin to the curb.
No, she's doing something with Anderson, I think,
I see.
Kathy. Yeah.
I see.
This is separate.
Well, now wait a second. I'm on at 9 o'clock. So believe me, it's only an hour and a half show. It's only an hour show.
Yeah.
By the time it will be done before
Snooki drops?
Yes, before Snooki drops. Will
All
you
right.
be there?
At Times Square? What do you think? I'm nuts?
I went one year. I had a great time.
Now, what's this I hear? No, I'm too claustrophobic.
It's very
Please.
good. Yeah.
Now, what's this I hear that you have panic attacks and stage fright? I never knew that about you.
Well, where did you find that?
We found it. We looked you up.
What do you mean? Who put that online?
So it was out in the press. Or do you have them?
Of course I do, but I don't tell anybody about
Well, now
it.
everybody
Who
will.
outed me? One of you?
It's nothing to be ashamed
No,
of.
I know it isn't. It
You
depends.
know?
You know what? It depends on how stressful the event is. If it's my own thing,
Yeah.
I'm usually okay if I've had enough rehearsal. If I haven't had enough rehearsal and I have too many other things to do, then I wake up in the morning in the middle of the night rather screaming. I do.
Yeah, so you
take
get
a little
palpitations
I
like
get
that?
palpitations and I wake up screaming. Ah!
I understand that
It's
because
horrible.
because if I don't know my material and I go on stage, I'm in a panic, vomiting and everything.
Yeah,
else.
that's it.
Yeah.
And it all has to do with whether or not you're comfortable in what you're supposed to do.
But it's funny about performing because you can't really rehearse that much, especially stand up. You do it. Who are you going to do it to? The mirror? It's all happening in the moment.
No,
so
but you have to know what it is you're going to go out and talk about. You have to have that solid. You can't just go out and wing that.
You
Oh
cannot.
my God, bullet points.
Some people do that.
Some people do it, but
Yeah.
they're really.
But it's not a script when you do stand up, Matt. You have bullet points.
Yeah,
and
you have
bits.
your chunks that you move
Yeah.
around mentally. Yeah, but you basically know the structure.
Yes.
If you go out and you don't even know I have to sing, I have to dance, I have to hit my mark, I have to wrangle 3 women, the harlots.
Yeah.
I have to worry about whether I'm in tune or not. I have to worry about those 18 guys behind me.
Oh, it's
this
too
This
much.
was really hard. Although I never really panicked about this because this never changed. Night after night, you did the same thing, so that was fabulous for me.
Well, what are you going to do after this? Are you
I'm not
planning-
going to do anything.
You're not doing anything.
I'm announcing it tonight. It's over.
You're retiring? You're not retiring. I mean,
No, I would never use that word. No. You know what? I got off the stage January 29th of this year, and I said, I have got to lie down. And I lay down, and I didn't get up till April. I had
That's
like adrenal
exhausting.
failure.
Yeah.
I was beat.
Adrenal failure.
I did. I was like, I'm tired. This hurt.
It's exhausting
It was
when you
really,
do.
It was. And I tell you, it wasn't so much the show. It was the quick changes.
Yeah.
The changes just killed me.
You know what? This is how I see you. I told you this once before. I see you at Carnegie Hall in a black dress, looking very stunning, and just singing your songs alone on the stage.
My musical director came to me one day, and she said, I have the idea. 5 nights, 1 dress.
That's it.
Yeah.
One dress, no feathers.
dress, no
You've done that. Been there, done that.
Been there, and there's no question about it. I see myself actually with no feathers. I see myself in a dress, but I see myself with no band and no girls. I see myself just chatting, just having a schmooze. You know, so not singing, really just talking and not stand-up exactly, but kind of lecturing.
Lecturing.
Lecturing. I see myself
Okay.
lecturing.
Well, you might have to wear feathers for that. I mean, did you see Joan Rivers' documentary?
You know what? That's the one thing I didn't get to see, and I was dying to see it.
Okay, her greatest fear is when she looks at a calendar with no dates on it.
My God, to me, that's like heaven.
You say that now because you're exhausted.
Well-
What if a couple of years go by and there are no dates?
Well, there will never be no dates. You can always amuse yourself. You can always make yourself entertain yourself.
Okay, I'm just getting
Okay,
started
Ken?
with Miss Bette Midler, so don't go away.